Greetings, 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 everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Boy, do we have conversation to talk to you about tonight. So we are so excited that you all are in. I'm going to ask you to do something real quick because I got a pretty lengthy introduction. And I definitely want each and every one of you to hear this, okay? Coming straight from ImPowered Women in the house, okay? So I'm going to ask you to please share, like, forward, follow, all that, okay? If you can do that for us, that would be supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, okay? So if you could just if you're on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe and you have to be logged in, and then you have to hit the bell so you get the notifications when we come on, because not only do we come on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, but there are other times that we might pop on with some really cool subjects that we want to talk to you about, chat with you about. And also we have some really exciting individuals that we interview, conversate with. You know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to ask you to please, this is for all the sisters in the house. I'm going to ask you to please share right now, share, forward, like, text somebody and say, girl, join into this conversation because we want to have a chat. Now, the phrase, yo mama, okay, yo mama, it has created so much over the years, centuries, millenniums, all that, okay? And the word yo, okay, the word yo, that word itself means to create excitement. Yo, what's up? You know, yo is meant to be people to go, okay. And then mama, a lot of times is I don't want to say slang, but it's a term of endearment for mother. And many times that yo mama phrase is used as a negative and derogatory phrase in many cultures. But let me say this, it could also be used as fun, endearing, and just flat out hilarious. Somebody please laugh right now. So I'm going to give you some yo mama jokes real quick because, you know, here at ImPowered Women, we do things just a tinge bit different, okay? We want to have a little bit of fun. So we're going to do this, okay? Now, yo and mama also might not even be mother. It could mean a sister. You know, you saying, yo mama, like I'm talking to my girlfriend. Yo mama, what's up, girl? Yo mama. Okay, but anyway, but these are really cool. These are meant to be funny. Yo mama is so old that alarms went off when she stepped outside the museum. That's supposed to be funny. Your mom is so ridiculously funny. She tried to hike Mountain Dew. It's supposed to be funny. Your mama is so old. They didn't teach history when she was in school. Now that's something one of the kids will talk about me. My children will say that about me for real. Your mama, this is me, is so Southern. She deep fries her toothpaste before brushing her teeth. Oh my. Your mama is so silly. She stared at a carton of orange juice all morning because on the side of it, it said, concentrate. Wow. Is that not fun and funny? It doesn't always have to be something derogatory, right? Your mama is so good at making a deal. The devil sold his soul to her. Now that is interesting on a whole bunch of levels. Anyway, I got a couple of more for you. Got a couple of more. Hang in there with me. Your mom is so tall. She tripped on a rock and hit her head on Mars. That's the oldest one. I said that one back in 7th grade. Your mom is so silly. She brought a tape measure to bed to try to calculate how long she slept. Oh my gosh. My mama is so silly. She thought Twitter was a social media page only for birds. Y'all, somebody please laugh. Please laugh. I got one last one for you. I'm this mama right here. Your mama is so protective that she puts Band-Aids on you before you even get hurt. That's me. That's me all day. Now, on a serious note, some really inspirational quotes about all of the mothers out there. And we're going to talk about the mothers in a moment. The mother's heart is a child's school. Wow. The mother's heart is a child's school room or rooms. To the world, you are a mother, but to your family, you are the world. Real talk. The loveliest masterpiece of the heart of God is the heart of a mother. Mother love is the fuel that enables a normal human being to do the impossible. And on Mother's Day, as we all know, Mother's Day is coming up. It's right around the corner. And it is a celebration honoring the mother of the family, as well as motherhood, maternal bonds, and the influence of mothers in society. It is celebrated on various days in many parts of the world, and most commonly in the months of March or May. Okay. Now, commend mothering for the ways it reflects the Imago Dei, which means image of God, by bringing forth new life, by nurturing those on her path, and living with the tension of providing both freedom and a safety net. That's right. And so here's where the empowered woman comes in, real and like super progressive. Here's the thing. I believe that we can honor mothers without alienating others. Let me say that one more time. We can honor mothers without alienating others. I want other women to feel welcome, appreciated, seen, and needed here in our little neck of the body of Christ right here on the Empowered Woman podcast. So as of today, we will do away with asking you to stand in church, in this little church right here, or any other gatherings if you are a mother, without saying the following. So work with me. Give me a second. Because many do this and they mean well, but it's awkward for others. And does the woman who had a miscarriage stand? Does the mom whose child ran away stand? Does the single woman who is pregnant stand? So acknowledge the wide continuum of mothers, of mothering. To those who gave birth this year, to their first child, we celebrate you. To those who lost a child this year, we mourn with you. And many years before that, to those who are in the trenches with little ones every day and wear the badge of food stains, we appreciate you. And to those who experience loss through miscarriage, failed adoptions, or running away, we mourn with you. And to those who walk the hard path of infertility, distraught with pokes and prods, tears and disappointment, we walk with you. Forgive us when we say foolish things. We don't mean to make it harder than it is. And to those who are foster moms, mentor moms, and spiritual moms, we need you. And to those who have warm and close relationships with children, we celebrate you as mentor moms. And to those who have disappointment, heartache, and distance with your children, we sit with you. To those of you who lost your mothers in the previous years, we grieve with you. And to those who have experienced abuse at the hands of your own mama, we acknowledge your experience. And to those of us who lived through driving tests and medical tests and overall testing of motherhood, we are better for having you in our midst. I got to give you one more. To those who are single and long to be married and mothering your own children, we mourn that life that has not turned out that way that you longed for it to be. If you're still in that place, be hopeful and faithful in God. To those of you who are step parenting right now, we walk with you because it is a complex path. To those who envisioned lavishing love on grandchildren, yet that dream is not to be, we grieve with you. It's coming. To those of you who have emptier nests in the upcoming year, we grieve and rejoice with you at the same time. To those of you who place children up for adoption, we commend you for your selflessness and remember how you hold that child in your heart. And to those who are pregnant with new life, both expected and surprising, we anticipate with you. This Mother's Day, we at Empowered Women, we walk with you. Mothering is not for the faint at heart, and we have real warriors and soldieresses in our midst. We remember you, we love you, and we thank God for each and every one of you. Now, let's bring on our sister soldieresses, because we got a whole lot to talk about. I know I just gave each of you a huge mouthful today, a mouthful.
You did. Absolutely.
Wow, I'm gonna snap for myself right now, y'all. Woo!
You're right.
Come on, God, do what you do. Do what you do. Yeah, so Mother's Day is coming up, yeah, right?
Yeah.
So I just got all kind of dressed up for y'all.
And you
don't say much.
That's normal for you. That's normal. That's normal.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. As my pastor says, it's unordinary. Okay.
Hey.
I got to do some unordinary.
I love it. I love it.
Wow. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Doing good.
Wow. Did that
Doing
intro
good,
kind of
doing
shake you
good.
a little bit?
Yes.
Beautiful. Like,
Yes.
I've never heard such honor to various groups of mothers. Like you ever spoke that. You did.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Very true. Very
And I've
true.
never heard such positive your mama jokes.
No.
Man, like all your mama jokes I had
Look,
back in the day was not they weren't good. It didn't
they
make
weren't good.
me smile on that.
Look, TP, I thought she was coming out with your mama so fat.
You
Your mama so
always, you ready. You know, you ready. Like, okay, I'm not getting mama, but mama, they said.
Oh wow! Oh wow! TP, you know what? You are something else. You look, and you know what? Though, right? Because the Yo Mama jokes. Look, Sister Minister Yancey says she hollering because real talk. I mean, you know, back in the day, you remember somebody say, "Yo, Mama, you ready? Put the Vaseline on your face, right?" It's like, what you say? That ain't funny.
I love that though. I loved it. I really did. I love the positivity.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. The Son of Encouragement, LLC. It is a pleasure to join you tonight. Your mama is so awesome. Yay! Woo!
Yay.
Woo! Yes.
That's awesome.
So the evangelist.
Yes.
I have to ask you all because me and Amanda are not mothers. Woo! I have to ask this question. What are and then Amanda, I guess I'll ask you what are your plans or anything. If what are your guys' plans as mothers? And if your mother is still in the land of the living, thank God. What are you doing for your mother? What are your plans? And then what's plans for mama?
I don't know, but if my children listening to this, I think you need to get your little notepad, little sticky pad out, okay? Because there might be some good ideas that'll come on here. For my mom, can I go first?
Yeah,
sure.
Y'all know y'all got to reel me in. I get excited when we get on here together. I get really excited, AJ, when we get on here together. I get really excited. So for my mom, my mom makes it very difficult for me. And I thank God, yes, my mother is still among the living. So I thank God for that because she will be 70 this year. And she's going to kill me for that, I'm sure, but it's all good. But my mom makes it very difficult for us to do anything for her because when we take her out for her birthday, anniversaries, Mother's Day, whatever, she ends up paying for everything, bringing gifts for us. So this year, I think what I will do is just kind of soak into that. If that's what makes her happy, I don't have a right to take that from her. And so I'm going to plan a place to go and make sure it's something in good budget probably. And, she's going to end up paying for it and bringing us gifts anyway. Look, oh my gosh, my mom is on here. Oh. I did not tell her we were talking about. She must have got a notification too. It's not what you said. I don't know where that came from, but she's also a counselor. So yeah. So and for me, I don't know what my children are going to do for me. They say I'm expensive, so I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I don't typically celebrate a lot of holidays. That's just not, I don't know. I try to celebrate and do things that make me happy year round as much as I can. So, but my mother is not in the land of the living. Well, she is in the land of the living, just not this land.
Come on.
Greener pasture.
That's right. Come on, say it.
Amen.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Amen.
That's a great way to look at it. I love that.
Absolutely.
Greener pastures. Wow.
No more sickness, no more sadness or sorrow here. So,
woo! Because everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody want to, yeah. So, wow. I love it. Thank you for that.
Well, yeah, for me, I would have to say my mom is no longer in this land either. Mother's Day was actually my favorite holiday for my mom. It was like the only time that she would not. I can't explain. I know that, you know, we celebrate them all year long, but it was like she would always have some kind of pushback. Why are you doing this? Why, you know, it was my mom. She's hilarious. But Mother's Day, I could go all out, and she would just soak it up, and she wouldn't give me any pride, and I loved it. And I gotta say, that first Mother's Day without her, guys, I was angry. I went to the store, and I was so mad they put all that Mother's Day stuff out. I was like, why they got all this Mother's Day stuff out? I had a whole like they're so insensitive. It's just so silly now. But I gotta say, it was tough for me. And like Wendy, I don't celebrate a lot of like I'm not really big on celebrating every holiday. Like I may celebrate landmark birthdays, things like that. But every holiday, I'm okay on that. Take me somewhere. Let's save some money. Let's do something to the house. You know, that's kind of. But as far as myself, I had to, that first year as well, it was tough for me. My kids always celebrate me, but I'm that same way. I'm like, I don't want anything. I'm good. Like, I'm fine. So they were like, my baby girl, that girl went every year. She buy me something from, Bria. Okay, Kaylee. Every year she go. I got so much Bath and Body Works. Let's hold up. I'm like, please don't buy me no more Bath and Body Works. I'm gonna get something again this year. Watch.
I'm gonna ask her in advance. I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna say, Bria, what you getting? And I'll give you a little sneak peek.
And my oldest daughter, she's so thoughtful. She always finds some sort of way to find something that just, I don't know. Her and my husband sneak around and they do stuff. But I didn't want to be celebrated that first year. It was like, and I'll say this and I'll shut up. But I wanted to just like stay in my room, leave me alone. When my mom was gone, I was like, I don't want to celebrate Mother's Day. Leave me alone. I don't want to do this. And it's still tough for me right now. I got to be real. But I seen this eye, guys. The way my room is made, I don't know where this light came from in my bedroom, but it was like an eye looking at me when I opened my eyes. So I've been crying all morning. I just want to stay in my room in the dark. And my kids were like trying to let me rest, but also they wanted to celebrate me. And so I literally heard my mother say, quit all that crying. Get your bleeply bleep self up and don't let the kids celebrate you. And I've never seen that in my room again. I hadn't seen it before. It's a tough holiday for me, and I'm really like, I didn't know what this topic was going to be tonight, and it's still tough for me.
Wow, you better do what your mom said.
My mama said.
And TV, I think it's a time to celebrate those, though you may not have your mom, celebrate those in your life that you do still have that may have been motherly to you. Give them honor and think about them on this time. Since your mom's not here, you can shower a piece of that love toward those who have been motherly to you.
You're so right. I do that for my husband's mother. I'm like, what are we getting your mom's for Mother's Day? Have you and your cousin decided? And I try to like stay in my lane, but I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna send it. I'm like, so I actually do that, and I didn't realize. I think I made that shift to her, and instead. So thank you for that. Thank you
for your transparency too, TP. I really appreciate that. I mean, because so many people are going through that, and, I would also say this as I'm thinking about it. I'm not in your shoes, and, I'm sitting here thinking about, as you're talking and meditating on God, what do I say? And it's also, I think, a great opportunity for you to pass on that legacy to your children of how your mom was to you, that realness, which you do, that humor, which you do, all of that. I mean, just really kind of remember those things and pass them on to your children, because just what you said, I don't even know your mom, and just saying that, I'm like, whoa, it's like when she spoke, stuff happened,
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, yeah. Wow. Bless you.
Amanda,
Yes.
what you got?
So, From my mom, she likes what she likes, and she's always been that way. So, hence there have been lots of Mother's Day presents that have been just accepted and appreciated, but pushed to the side. Like my mom is very particular in that way, and she won't accept without cards attached. She's that mom. Like she needs to have
Oh,
a card,
wow.
or else it's like, where's the card?
What is
She's
that?
that way.
Wow.
Yeah,
Does
my
she
mom's
collect
that
them? She
way.
keeps your cards.
She keeps every single one. Every single one.
I
So
love
my
that.
mom has like little Rubbermaid containers of like cards and stuff throughout the years and stuff. Yeah,
Oh wow.
my mom loves that.
TP.
So
I love it.
gotta get
My
her a
mom will
card.
take her card if there wasn't no money in it. She barely read it.
Oh my God.
Say that again. That was my grandma. We go right in the trash, wouldn't it, Wendy? Right in the trash.
Oh my God.
Mama said, I did my job. Where my money at? Where my money?
I know, right?
That's so
You know,
funny.
that's funny because my mom always puts a lot of money in the cards that she gives us. So if she gives us a card, we also, so I really appreciate what you said, Amanda, because my mom, she doesn't keep our cards, but she expects us to keep hers. And so when she gives us a card, she expects us to read it. And like the card she just gave me for my birthday, literally it unfolded like 5-fold, you know? And she made me read it at my birthday. What is that, Amanda? I don't get it. And then she always puts tons of money in there. So you're like looking through all little pieces, you flapping the card, Wendy Win, and you're like, where's the money at? You know, is there more? So funny. My parents are like that. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. So, you know, let's talk about respect. You know, there's a lot of individuals out there that don't respect their mother figures, not just biological mothers, but
I'm sorry, but Kaylee didn't tell us what she's gonna do for her mom.
oh, wait a minute, you sure didn't.
How you gonna slide that in there? Like, you just tried to slide.
It is okay. It is.
No, it is not okay.
No, I was saying it's okay. I know Evangelist didn't do it on purpose.
I know she didn't.
Yeah, you know that. You know my mind, y'all.
I did take it offensively.
Oh, thank you. You know better.
It's fine. It's fine.
Come on, forget my thought. Come on, bring that on, girl. Bring it on. Don't even try.
Y'all are funny. Mother's Day is a big deal in my house for me, not for her, for me, because it's always been me and my mom. Me, my mom, and grandma. Even though grandma has passed, we already talked about that before in another segment.
Yeah.
So it's even more because now her mom isn't here. So now it's like even times 20 for me. But she's never had a high expectation, never. But me being me, I give it to her. So the plans we have are we're going to a destination. I said, where you want to go?
Oh, that's
And, we're Friday. Peace out. God bless you. And I'm gonna just give her a good weekend. So yeah.
awesome.
That's beautiful.
You just slid by that like that ain't nothing. That's a whole bunch of stuff.
Beautiful.
And what you got playing while you there? I know you misorganized.
Of course, I sent her a whole itinerary to her email. That's how anal I am. That's how anal I am. Like I said, I look like you. With the whole itinerary. And so I was like, Mom, did you check your email? So I mean, it don't look as good as TP how she has hers laid out, but it's all laid out. And actually, my mom is in good health, so she likes to do adventurous things. So it's and we on some water, TP, to make up for my trip that I didn't get to go to. So that's it. Yeah.
Wow. You got
That's
the whole
wonderful.
itinerary planned. That's cool. That is super cool.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I all y'all mothers, y'all didn't know, but me and Amanda have been since we started the podcast. We put some money together. We are letting all of you all go on an all-paid exclusive trip to your house. Amen.
Amen.
We've been saving up for that, y'all. Saving up.
Wait a minute. That could be very expensive. Stop playing. So I need that money for what I'm gonna do at my house, Amanda.
Amanda looks like, what is she talking about?
I'm like, she's got it.
How much my money? To your house.
Let me see. Hold up. Don't even play. You know what? But please do not. Listen, I just thought I'm gonna send you an itinerary what I want done on that day, since y'all gonna pay for it in my house. I need food delivered, flowers delivered, chocolate covered strawberries delivered, all that. We can do a lot in our house, y'all.
Yeah,
we've been doing a whole lot for about a year. All in house. There's some landscaping about drills and.
Oh no, we don't do landscaping. No yard work. No yard work. We don't cook. No cooking. No yard work. That is out of our budget. We don't do that. So we do that. Our services do not include cooking, cleaning, and yard. Sorry, y'all. We don't do that.
Okay, since you're gonna be like that, that's
Did she just
Everybody, stretch your hands to the computer. Let us pray for Denise.
Come on back, girl.
Come on back, evangelist. Come on back.
I'm about sick and tired. You gonna pay what you're doing to me.
That's the ultimate back turn, boy, right there.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know I can't see y'all because I ain't got my glasses on, so you know I had to like follow around to find that remove button so I didn't cancel out the stream.
Can y'all share some of the best advice you think your mothers gave you or warned you about?
Mm.
It's a long list. My mom be right. That's the thing. Mama be right.
I know, right?
You be right. Not all the time, man. Now, mama, if you watching, not all the time, but you be right.
One of the funniest things I can remember that my mom said, and I think it was true, at least for my first marriage. She said, they don't let their tails down until you say I do. She said that's something her mother taught her. And I was like, they don't let the tail down until you say I do, meaning their devil tail. Until after you say I do, she said.
Oh, wow.
You might be onto something with that one. That's not true of my second husband, thank the Lord. But that was true for my first husband. Like, after you say I do, they show their tail.
Wow.
Amen. Knowing. That's wisdom.
We didn't put that comment up there for everybody to that question. I like that question. I got one. What my mom, I think I told y'all my mom never spanked me. So, but she paid me. Yeah, I know she did. I know many of y'all got some spankings. I didn't get no spankings. Okay. She didn't spank me. But what she did do is make me write and speak. And she made me, if I lied about something, she made me get the encyclopedias out because we had computers back then, and she made me research things and write about it. And I have to stand and speak to her about it. Eye contact, all that. Okay. But one of the things she told me at a very young age during all that trouble I was getting into, okay, and all those writing assignments and speaking assignments, she said to me that I'm grooming you for this, and be prepared that people are not going to like you because of who you are. They're not going to like you because of who you are aspiring to become.
Wow.
And so you have to get ready for that. And so she always taught me to be a visionary. And when she said that now, that's why I can kind of duck and dodge with all this garbage that happens in my surroundings. Because I remember all those things she used to tell me when I had to write out these term papers or whatever you want to call them and speak them to her. She'd always give me like drop little nuggets. And it was so good because I was already in the mode of researching things and writing and speaking to her, making sure I articulate my thought right and all that. And she said that it just helped me in life, in relationships, and not to take it personal. You know what I mean? Because you're aspiring to be great. Ain't nobody gonna try to mess with nobody who ain't doing nothing. I mean,
That's right.
It's who you're trying to become. So, you know.
I'm gonna do that to my grandkids when I have some. They gonna get their punishment. That's real. I'm just always around here trying to chase y'all. So you know what? You gonna stand here and you gonna recite some stuff that you can go. You can go with it.
Child, but then they're gonna be able to type in their brains. We ain't gonna have no Google. We ain't gonna have no phones. It's gonna be typing your brain now.
That's a good point. Oh my gosh.
That is a clever use of a punishment or teaching tool. Not so much punishment, but teaching tool. I used that for one of my foster daughters. The first time, I forgot what she was being, chastised over, but I had her do a 10-page written report, and then she had to read it to me. And she just thought she could not do it. And she did. She did a great job on it. And then now she's still proud of that fact that she did do it. So
wow. See
that your mom did that to you too.
Yeah, all the time. I was not, I was getting a lot of stuff when I was a little younger, and then I started liking to write. Children typically will enjoy writing after that. Well, I did. I should have a fear of ink pens and pencils, but I actually love them dearly. So what about y'all? What best advice did y'all get from your parents?
I can tell you mine shortly, briefly. All my mother said to me was, no one owes you anything.
Wow.
Girl, no one owes you anything, not even me. So
wow.
I take that and I pass it on to my children, and that's true. And it has motivated me from being a teen mom through the rest of a single mom for a number of years. And nobody owes me anything. I work for everything I get.
I love it.
That is a good one.
That is a really good one. What you got, AJ? She's thinking. I see it going.
Thinking.
She's giving her a lot.
Yeah. I think
you want us to come back to you.
Yeah, because it's not anything like specific. Like she was always very like in the moment with things, and very like she dealt with them in a way that I was able to. She dealt with things and explained them to me in a way that I was able to understand. So it changed throughout the years. It was never set thing she would say.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. But it would always like be something to help better myself. But it always surrounded working hard.
Absolutely.
That's her thing was working hard.
Working hard.
Absolutely.
Working hard. Wow.
On another note, did you cut your hair, AJ?
Oh,
looks like she cut her hair. Okay, never mind. She's looking at me like, girl, no.
It just looks a little. It looks a little. It needs some love. Like she
cut her hair.
She said needs some love. Now you know what?
Love. It needs
We're
to be
gonna talk about something
in
else
the
that
back.
needs some love in a minute. My eyebrows. Anyway, go ahead, Miss Kaylee.
Oh my gosh, not the eyebrows.
What Mama Ramsey told you? Kaylee, on you.
What? I was always in trouble. I was always doing something.
Look at you now. But look at you.
That's what I will say, and that's what she will say. It's so simple, but I find myself saying it to my students all the time because it's always this thing with, well, they're doing it, or they said this about me, that all of that. I get that all day. I'm always putting out fires of what somebody said to each other all day, every day. So this is what she told me, and I say it all the time, and I be like, I sound like my mama. She told me, people will talk about you to the day you die and even after.
Mm.
As a young girl, I struggle a lot. That's why I have confidence now, per se. I struggled a lot with what people said about me, what people said to me. And then that will make me do something that I shouldn't do out of character, because trying to prove or lashing out because of what somebody said. And she had to tell me a lot in my early teenage years. People will talk about you to the day you die, even after. So why should you be hung up on what people say? You wasting your time, you're wasting your energy. She's like, let that go and stop letting it phase you. She was like, if it phases you, it must be true then.
Wow.
So that's what she told me. Something so simple. You hear it in so many different ways, but it's just something about when your mom says it. Your mom says it. And so my mom was like, a cupcake is a cupcake, a pie is a pie, alligator is alligator. There was no black or white with her. It was great. So yeah.
I like that. There's no gray.
None.
I love it. It is what it is. She kept the main thing.
Amen.
Wow. I love that. I gotta listen. And you and AJ, although you all are mentor moms, so some of these things that your moms have told you that you instill in the people that you all mentor and you influence.
I have to say, for me, it's more of like my actions. My mom did a lot when it came to actions rather than words. That's why I didn't have like a set thing to say that she would say. She was just really good at taking care of others, like physically taking care of others. That's one thing my mom was A1 at. And my family is Guyanese, so I'm first generation Guyanese American. So
I didn't know that.
all of the things all of those that she learned, when she was growing up, and my grandmother and all of those cultural things, that's what she taught me and my brothers and sisters. So we tend to be more of fixers and builders, fixers, and critical thinkers from the culture.
Wow. Critical thinkers, which is so needed.
Because it's like, okay, I have to be able to, if you don't have the money for something that you broke, can you fix it? Or if you don't have the money to buy something, food or whatever it is, can you make it? Like it literally was like being self-sufficient, being very self-sufficient.
That is huge. And just think about, oh my gosh, just think about how you take that and teach other young people that. I mean, how many children out there that can't, and I was one of those at first. I'll be honest. I wasn't really good at ironing. I still struggle with ironing. But how many, you should have at least 2 or 3 meals, to your point, or food that you can cook.
You can make.
Right.
And they don't even do like home. Like sometimes I feel like I was the last generation as far as public
home ec.
But like we did home ec. Like I feel like I'm like the last generation. We graduated.
I think you're right. You're right.
I had home ec. Like I asked my high schoolers, I'm like, you ain't taking home ec? What is that? Like, we was cooking. We had to do meals and all of this stuff. And so on your question, Denise, what do I instill? My mom instilled independency. So everything, and I kind of despise it in certain ways, like especially early adulthood. It's still early adulthood, but like 18, 19, I kind of despise it because I kind of grew up too early in certain ways. But I will say that independency. So now with my kid, but I have to learn to tone it down with my students because different generations. See me, I'm like, why do I have to ask you 20 times after you're done eating? Common sense is to pick your stuff up, put it in the trash.
Right.
3 hours after lunch, and they're like, it's still sitting there because they're used to their parents picking it up.
Wow.
If they still put it on the floor, that I will see it when they're leaving the door, and I say, hold on, come back. I will stop a child before they go get in their mama car.
Come on, say that.
On the floor. And they're like, I thought I was gonna get in trouble if you saw it. Yeah, no, not really, because all of us make a mess. But you would go get the vacuum thing and sweep it up. But they don't do that. So, like for me, I'm instilling that independency, but it's hard because this generation is not used to that, and they think I'm being mean. But me, I'm like, no, this is come on. So, but
I expect that of my kids. They don't think I'm being mean if they're looking to me to use the Wi-Fi. My phone ain't been swept. These dishes over here need to be washed.
I love it. Come on, Mama Wynn. Mama Wynn gave y'all the curly lip on that one, boss. She's like, don't you try me. I love it. But let me give you this phrase. Common sense is not common.
That's true.
It's really not. It's really not. I learned that a lot in mentoring and coaching and all that, just like things that we think are just basic things. And you just hit the nail on the head, Mr. Kaylee, that it is generation. All the generations are different. Like how each of us, with the exception of me and Wendy, are in the same age group, but we've got 30s, 40s, 50s, we all, and 20s, we all have done things a little bit differently. We've been raised differently. Some of us we're in the era where our parents told us you can be anything you want, and you can be the president. You can go to the moon. And kids grew up with such. Some people on the really far end of the scope grew up with so much entitlement. Like, this is not mine, but my mama told me I could have it, so I'm taking it. You know what I'm saying? And they do that.
My mama would pop you upside your head if you took that. Right. I'm sorry.
Look, see, in her 40s, her mama said, "Look, don't you take what's mine, and you gonna get it out." And so my mom always told me, if you want it, you gotta work to go get it. You gotta imitate the best people to go get it. Okay, if they got it, you can have it, but you gotta imitate what they've done, the right things to go get what they got. They don't. Everybody has the same God, so if they can get it, you can too. So all of us were kind of raised differently. It's so funny. How it's so interesting. I shouldn't say funny, but it's interesting when you said that, Minister Kaylee, that we're like, pick up your plate, put in the trash, sweep up your mess. And for us, it's like, I could feel the hit that my mama never gave me with the book if I didn't do those things.
Listen, and they don't see what's wrong. Like, they don't see that it's not logical for me. If I drop something, I should pick it up. Why do I have to pick it up? Or I get a lot of this, and I'm gonna shut up because it's off topic. I get a lot of this. I say, hey, such and such, pick up that water bottle for me. It's not mine. It's a lot of self. I didn't do that, so why do I have to pick it up? And I say, is that water bottle gonna kill you if you pick it up? No. So you're gonna be fine. But it's just so that can go into mothers as well, like how we raise children now. But it's interesting. It's interesting.
You know what? I love what you said too, though, if I may, because then we have an opportunity again, like we salute all mothering figures, right? Mentor moms, biological moms, foster moms, all that. How do we shift that? Because also, if they said it's not mine, also what's wrong with helping someone? We can shift that and turn it around in such a positive way of giving. And what's the benefit of giving? And what if that was your water bottle over there and you weren't physically able to pick it up? Would you want somebody to get it for you? God forbid. Let me show you some children who can't even move their arms. My mom used to do that all the time. She'd take me down to see the homeless quick. She'd take me down to see the family, the women and children shelter quick. So we're grateful for what we have, and we begin to help those people. So I end up doing a lot of that, in my older years here. So how do we shift that around?
Yeah, one of the ways that I try to make a connection with the younger ones, try to relate it to if they were on a job and
took the words out of my mouth.
Your boss would want to see the person that's going the extra mile, even though they didn't make that mess. They try to do what they can to make the space look presentable as if it's their business. And they look to promote, they look to give those kinds of employees raises And when it's time to make cuts, they're not the first people they cut. Relate to that as a job. You know, everything that they're doing, especially in teenage years, is training them for the years that their working years.
Yeah, yeah.
I gotta say, because Wendy, you snatched, when I say you snatched the word out of my throat, you snatched out my throat, because I that's all I kept thinking is, that you're to transfer just what you're doing is going to be transferred right into when you start working, and that is a huge issue. That whole, well, it's not my job. I don't know who you need to talk to. I don't know
that part.
That transfers right on through their adulthood. But I always look back at the, like, let's take it back. I was a mom, so here it is. If my children had children, they probably would have, statistically been, had a child when they were young as well. And so I think that's the generation that we're looking at when we're talking about these children right now. It's like they went through, it's like it got lost. Like a lot of things have just gotten lost. I think about family reunions, like so many things are getting lost as we're going from generation to generation. And and I can't even say it's because we were young, because when we think back to our grandmothers and great grandmothers, they was having kids that was 12, 10, 12.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. But when
that's good. That's good stuff.
And also, Wendy, to piggyback off of you, let me say this. I have kindergarten all the way through. My highest is a 7th grader. Okay. Check this out, Wendy. When I say, when you have a job, when you have a career, you're gonna want to perform. Guess what happens? This generation,
my own boss.
This is a generation of, I don't want to work for anybody. I'm gonna be a YouTuber for a millionaire. I'm gonna be a millionaire YouTuber. I'm not ever gonna work for. That's the first thing they say, and I promise you, this is the first thing they say. This generation sees entrepreneurship, sees not answering to nobody on social media. The games they play are independent.
Wow.
When I was growing up, I used to play house, and I used to play those games where you have to work your way up in the business and you have to build a company. Like I used to play those types of games. These kids now, it's all me versus me.
Yeah.
To win. So they're being instilled this through the video games, through social media. But I mean, instantly, this is a 4th grader, Wendy, who said to me, but I'm not going to work for anybody. So why do I need to? I'm serious. So I'm like, what the heck? Hold on. And to me, you say that to me when I was, their age. You said to me, I'm like, dang, you're right. Because my mom taught me, hey, when you get after high school, I want you to work. And I was proud. My generation, my 2013 graduating class, we was all like, yeah, we're going to get a job. We excited. But this generation, we got high school. We have I'm done talking. I'm talking a lot. We have graduation coming to the church for our youth, for our students. We're planning that. Some of these students graduate and they're like, I'm going to school for entrepreneurship. I'm going to school for business. A lot of people don't, and to the degree, the importance of, or the value in working for a business and working their way up, that is no longer like a thing anymore.
It's not the thought.
So start their business.
But
So
you gotta have the right character for that.
But I tell them, it don't matter. I said, I'm grown enough. And every day I got to abide by somebody's rules. And I tell them that. And they really think that because of the virtual reality games. Listen, there's this game called, I can't think of the game right now, but they play it. It's a popular game. They build their own life. They build their own cars. They build their own job. They build and they think that's reality.
Yeah, see,
reality.
But in this world, you have to collaborate with someone.
Somebody.
You have to do a group activity with someone.
Somebody. You gotta talk to somebody.
You're going to have to partner with people to get your goods, your services, whatever it is, your website up. You're going to have to learn to work with other people. And and that's what I tell, like my daughter, and Kaylee, you're working with her. And that's exactly what I had to tell her, was like, you're going to have to learn to talk. Deal with, have business deals. I mean, There's
gotta learn, communicate. And this virtual learning I thought it was yay. I really was on for it, but now I'm seeing the side effects. We now have
to know what that game
the
is.
first year of kindergarten, y'all. The first year of kindergarten, you learn so much outside of math and reading.
Right.
The social skills, the disciplinary skills, they have lost that.
Wow.
Our middle and high schoolers did not have to do one group project this year. That's how you learn to work with people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so now a whole year plus, they're going to go back to school, and mothers at home, fathers at home, guardians at home. That's not technically it is your job in a way, but it's not technically your job because you learn these things at school. So now we have a whole gap of students that are missing.
Wow.
And now you all as mothers, you all as parents now have to deal with that.
Wow.
I mean, and I don't know how we got here. I'm sorry, but it's deep now.
No, don't be sorry. This is all about the same thing. We're celebrating mothers, mother figures, all of that. And it goes back to what we do on this show. We talk about how do we make that change? What can we do as foster parents, as biological parents, as educators, as in the psychology, psychiatry, social skills, travel, wherever we are. How do we make a difference in the churches? How do we make a difference? Because it does take a village.
Mm-hmm.
We celebrate Mother's Day and all of, like I said, the mentors, mothers, all of that. At the same time, that mother is gathering the village to help the educators, the schools, the church, all that. So what do we do? What do we do?
Too many times there are many families or many mothers who don't appreciate the village.
You're right.
Tries to give them, they don't want to hear from the village. Like, I got this. Okay.
You're right.
Okay.
But that's not, okay. And I hear you there. You're right. I 100% agree with you on that there's a lot of people who don't appreciate the village. So do we stop? I mean, it's not about that parent. It's about that young person, right? I mean, because what we can do within our control, we can't make the parent go, oh, you're going to listen to this village.
Mm-hmm.
This village is in power. What we can do, though, is what? What can we do that's within our control?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wanted us to kind of throw out there, because, again, I go back to Minister Kaylee, you and I talk about this all the time. I mean, what do we do in the churches? What are we doing? Are we having parenting seminars?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about y'all, but nobody, listen, I watched my mom and I watched my dad, and they were in different homes. Nobody told me how to raise my kids. I had to go by. And if I had went by some of the stuff that happened in my life, man, they'd really be jacked up. So, I'm just saying. So
I agree. It's like you have to learn another way. It's like, okay, that didn't work for me, or that technique harmed me in this way, and try to think of alternative ways that are more productive. And I think that's a great idea to have the churches maybe offer parenting classes, and the parents that want to, you're not going there just to talk about the negative or just to tell people what to do. You're trying to tell them, this is what worked positively for me.
I like that.
This is alternative.
I like that.
This is what worked for me.
I love it.
Be an option for you.
I like that. So you're sharing. And how can that help you as an educator, and you, AJ, as a mentor? How can that help the both of you if those parenting classes are in the church? Would they bring you all in the church as well to help facilitate some of that as a part of the village?
Potentially, it's parents, because from the aspect of that, well, I am a parent, or that you deal with children, younger children, you see what works when you deal with them and why they listen to you outside of the home, in your, sector, you have successes. And likewise, it's like, I can see things in my home that I do for my kids that's positive, that creates a change, or that teaches something. I see a behavioral change. So sharing those kind of things, it's education. It's all educational.
Mm-hmm.
But more churches, I think, need to have that availability, start to have that conversation about introducing that, especially for having that as an option for single moms or single dads, that might need extra, a village.
I like what y'all are talking about. I really do. I mean, and I'm going to tell you something. Yeah, we always go kind of all around the world on our podcast, which I think is what makes us different. And what you said, Minister Kaylee, also about the fact that the social skills,
Mm-hmm.
those things are missing. Children have to grow up learning how to, I think AJ said, critical thinking. They have to learn how to support others, collaborate. I think TP said collaborate. I think even Wendy Wynn said about, being appreciative of what you have. They have to really be taught those things, that really helps you as an educator, and if it's not being taught at home, which we have a lot of single parents. I mean, it is alarming how many single parents that are out there right now, single mothers, single fathers, they don't even see their kids. They didn't see their kids before. And even though they're home all day, they still don't see it, but they're still trying to work and make ends meet. And so we do need organizations like, small organizations and the church to really step up and have those types of sessions, whether they're on Zoom or not. I mean, we can do some safe social distancing things.
Yeah,
Sessions about.
Well,
I
I was just saying that as far as all of the different groups and stuff, we do need to do more of that, whether it's church based or it's school based, because what's happening is that
Mhm.
we're not spending enough time with our village. We don't really know our village, and
Ha!
when that happens, you don't trust your village.
Oh,
So
whoa, come on now.
Ooh, you got
Right there.
Ouch.
Right there.
so
Right there.
So when
Oh.
those things happen, it puts a stop to it. The village no longer has power. But if you create groups and you create times you guys spend together, you can build that trust, so that when your village says, "Hey, Johnny did this," it's like, "Oh, I believe that Johnny would do that, but I hear you, and I'm gonna watch out for if Johnny does that. Their word takes precedence."
Mhm.
A lot of
Mm.
people
Can we
say,
ever get
"Oh,
back there again? Can we ever get back there?
wow.
of course." I believe that people can. It's just changing, our wording and actually want to get together with other people. You can't force
Yes.
that, but you have to give
I
people
like
the
that.
opportunity.
Yes.
Want.
I want to get back there so bad, because I know that's what we're missing with everything that's going on in this world. I mean, this world right here is these poor babies having to grow up in this world.
Hmm.
I don't know what
Wow.
I would have done, as a kid, having to grow up in this world,
So
without
we
my
need a whole bunch of mothers.
village and everyone I trusted.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
said,
Wow.
be quiet.
Don't be quiet.
She
Girl,
said,
you about to get an amen. No, don't be quiet.
No, I'm about to put some of the AJ's offering.
Put the AJ on it. Put the AJ on it. Put the AJ on it.
Offering back to the
Y'all are so silly.
some in the basket.
she said that. She
For
said that.
real. I mean, because I think we started with, you don't know the village, and then if you don't know them, you tend not to trust them.
That's
Like,
right.
where is the village? You're right, and you're saying, TP, can we get that back? You really want that? I think we need it, but it's not just the church. I think one of the things that also the AJ said that hit me.
That's the truck.
Now, obviously, Minister Kaylee and I, we're very, very, not that y'all aren't, but I'm saying from a ministerial standpoint, we're very active in the church. So that's going to be in our mind of what can we do there. At the same time, to your point, AJ, whether it's outside the church, all these businesses we got, everybody can host a free session on Eventbrite. You can show up, pop up at a church. Your organization can pop up at the church and say, on behalf of, let me just go say, Porterfield Travel, we are going to be talking about the 3 skills needed in order to have an effective conversation. Hey, you don't have to be an expert. Google it and put your spin on it, and your humor and your charisma, and it might do a lot. That's part of the village.
That's
But this is the thing also. Our villages need to actually care. What's going on is that I can Google right now a list of organizations that are doing something for kids. but now it has become about the money.
Wow.
Check this out. You will get a big company to donate money to your organization before they donate their time. Actually sitting with the kids.
That is true.
Actually
That's
doing
very true.
doing the field day. You have a let's take it to the school. We're having field day. We're having a Valentine's Day party. I send a message saying, hey parents, you're invited to our Valentine's Day party. My mom used to take off work, not everything, but she would take off work, at least spend an hour and go back, whatever she got to do. Parents will say, how much do I need to send for cupcakes? How much do I need?
So true. Wow.
Instead of your time. So, I mean, the parents are part of the village, the school, parents, all that.
That's right.
In a church event,
Wow.
let's go to the church. I'm not going to leave it out. We will give out food boxes. We'll give out book bags to the kids, but we won't bring them in for a basketball night or a lock-in. That's why I love my church, because we do stuff. We
That's awesome.
Stuff for the kids. We'll do it. We'll be there. But you
got 1 or 100, right?
Exactly. We've got to care and focus on donating our time more than our money. But the money is there because it's a good tax write-off. It looks good on paper. You can say, my organization gave $1,001 to help feed the children. Book a flight to Africa and go feed the kids.
Come on.
That's
Preach, Minister Kaylee.
We gotta care.
Better yet, get a jacket or take some of your employees with you.
And exactly. Take them so they can learn something.
Exactly.
It's still a tax write-off.
Exactly. Still a tax
Maybe bigger.
Requires your time.
Right. They don't more time, less resources. We can give resources all day, but I have had the most impactful time in Girl Scouts. I talk about Girl Scouts to this day, and I ain't been in Girl Scouts for years. And I still talk about this day, all the camps and all the things I've done that have made me who I am today by time spent with some older woman that I didn't know.
Wow.
Me more than you giving me something. The stuff they gave me back then, I don't even got it. Whatever they gave.
Hey,
so you have everything else in your heart and your mind. Exactly. And you know what? I think what I hear everybody saying is the mothers need some help.
Yes.
This Mother's Day, mothers need help. I see a yes that just popped up. Mothers need help. Oh, I did it before. We both doing it. Teamwork makes the kingdom work, Mr. Kaylee. But mothers need help. We need the village. I mean, this Mother's Day, find something. It's because women, we're juggling all women, young, seasoned, all that. We're all juggling so many different things. And what I hear we saying is that we need help.
Letitia, what can we help you with this Mother's Day? Let us know. Let me know.
Let us know. We's and us's.
Man.
What you need? Wait, no. Now you say you need $1 million, and you can go back to that chick right there. She on this side, the one who said, "Let me know." So if you need $1 million, she said it first. Yeah, me, her.
I don't see that on my comments. All I see is yes. So. I don't see the $1 million request. But.
Not yet.
Hey, ladies. Speaking of mothers, there is a mother on this panel here that has a phenomenal business. I'm super excited about her and her business. Is super duper amazing and dope because she's gonna take you wherever you need to go. Porterfieldtravel.com. If you have not been to that website yet, I need you to type it right now. Listen, June and July are around the corner. You know, the best month in the world is July, the best month to travel. I'm biased about July, but that's my personal reasons.
Okay. Her birthday, July 31st.
Listen, no, you need to book your trip right now with Porterfield Travel. It is excellent. It is done in order. It is done in decency and in order. It is done with grace. And guess what? It is Black owned. Okay.
Come on, female.
Today.
Oh wait.
The website will continue to be at the bottom of the screen.
Thank you.
Awesome. That's awesome.
That is super dope. You know, I said, what did I say the other day? It was some word. I don't know. My kids told me don't ever say it no more. I show my age, but I said if Minister Kaylee can say dope, then it must be pretty, relevant and young. That was a dope commercial. Thank you.
We
You
said
rock.
dope back in the day.
Yeah,
Y'all said
that's
y'all said
Y'all just took our words. Y'all just brought them back. That's all.
That's all we do.
Dope, fresh, all that.
I think back then though, I don't know about. Well, wait, you're in the 40s, aren't you?
I'm in the 40s.
Okay, I'm in the 50s. So when we were saying dope back then, it wasn't like you're dope,
My cooking dope.
right? I'm just saying. I'm keeping it real. I mean, look, we weren't saying, girl, you said something like that back then. Like, oh.
We said word. We said, we had some word.
We did say word. Now, word up. That's a song.
Look at man. Look at Katie over there.
Word up. Yeah.
Man to two, like, oh Lord. These old people.
They're like, we never heard that word before.
What is word? What is up? What is that?
Oh my gosh. We've had a blast on here. It is after 9 o'clock. We've never been on here after 9. Didn't even realize it, did you?
Mm-mm.
Because we were talking about such an amazing subject and had such an amazing time talking about it.
But read a comment from Letitia said the role of a mother is fulfilling and overwhelming. Ultimately,
Yes,
it is.
It is.
Both, actually.
That is so true.
And it never ends.
It never ends. And you're always learning.
Amen.
You're always learning. You never know it all. And just when you think you got it,
Yep.
those darn kids, they get you again. I keep saying kids, but children, young folk, get you every time. So we really appreciate everybody. We cannot wait to see you in a couple of weeks. We will be on next week. So please stay tuned. And for the subjects that we're going to be talking about, we pray that each and every one of you, in whatever facet you're in as a mother figure or biological mother or mother figure, that you have a super amazing day. You allow people to celebrate you. And most importantly, you celebrate yourself and the role that you play in this community and in this world of mentoring someone, loving on someone, showing someone the way, giving somebody something to imitate that is of great character and boldness. And listen, we send our prayers out to each and every one of you. We love you. We appreciate you. Come on here next week and make sure you comment, okay? Weeks after that, we're going to have some really interesting topics over the next couple of weeks. Very interesting. Okay. Don't want to miss it. All right. See you later.